I'm Jadyn, and I'm studying behavioral health science with a minor in Christian ministry. I first heard about spiritual formation when I came to GC during Welcome Week. They talked about all the spiritual formation things that they offer, like workshops and cohorts. And then once I started to go into workshops, they mentioned cohorts, and I wanted to get involved. When I did the prayer of examine cohort last semester, I just learned a lot about different ways to pray and just reflect on my week. And I also just loved getting to be in community while doing that spiritual practice and just have some accountability and just people to talk about it with and be honest about how it went. And they were just super encouraging. The silence and solitude cohort that I'm in this semester has been really awesome. I think it's grown me in a lot of ways, and it's kind of a hard spiritual practice for me. So it's been extra good to have accountability. And then it's also just super sweet because we get to go and talk about it and then just go off on our own and practice it for a little bit. So it kind of blocks off that space in my schedule already to just go be with Jesus. So I think in cohorts, I've really just been given practical tools on how to follow Jesus, which has been really cool. I think a lot of, I think I felt frustrated at first in my walk with the Lord because I didn't really feel like people were telling me how to practically be a disciple of Christ. And so I think in the cohorts, I've really just learned how to sit and be still with the Lord. And I've also just learned how he works in my everyday life. I think I've just learned to see him more throughout my days. I think cohort is very different than other workshops or practicing on my own because it does offer that sense of community and accountability. And it's just full of other students that are really serious about their relationship with the Lord and are really wanting to grow, which is I think pretty unique. That you don't find that in every church setting. So it's just sweet to get to encourage each other, bounce ideas off of each other, talk about what's going good, what's hard. I think I've experienced God through cohorts and just getting more time to just sit and be with him. I think again, the accountability of the group has helped me just really practice silence and solitude or prayer of examine, which has been really sweet. And especially I think silence and solitude has given me more opportunities to just sit and hear the Lord's voice and just gaze upon his goodness, I guess, in a way. Yeah, it's just been sweet to experience him more throughout my week. I would recommend being in a cohort just because, first of all, it's super sweet community. It's people that love Jesus, want to grow in their relationship with him, but it's also just gives you really practical tools to follow the Lord and just to become a better disciple of Jesus. And I think these tools are something that can last the rest of your life and can really change how you're living your life right now, which is really cool. Okay, so when I first started the Silence and Solitude cohort, it was just something I was convicted of, that I wasn't practicing silence and solitude enough and sitting with the Lord enough. And so the first week we had Silence and Solitude cohort, Isaiah, who leads our cohort, was challenging us to just practice it outside in our own lives, throughout our week, and have one night where we really focus in on it. So I decided to go get a meal, just sit by myself and eat it. And I felt so anxious at first because I just hadn't done that in so long. But then I think it's been cool to see throughout my cohort that now it's just a place of peace for me to just get to sit and be with the Lord. I think that through the cohort, the Lord has just been working in this busier season of my life. And I've just been able to find more stillness and things like that. So